So autumn, or fall, I suppose as you like to call it here in Canada, is finally upon us. We're out here looking for autumn colours, like this yellow larch tree behind me. All of my content in the next couple of weeks is really going to be about the larch trees and the colour, where to photograph it and what hikes to go on. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see some of that. Today we're out on Mount Smutwood. This is an awesome early season autumn hike to do because, in all honesty, the hike itself is just so rewarding and the views are so incredible that even if you don't get the colours that you're looking for, you're still going to have an amazing time. So you can come out, scope out the autumn colour, and if it's there, great. You can plan the rest of your autumn season around that. And if not, you've got a great hike and you know to wait a week or two before your next one. The trailhead to Mount Smutwood starts in Kananaskis, just past the Engadine Lodge. Access is via the 742, which is a gravel road that can be bumpy, dusty, and strenuous on your car. The trail itself is a 20-kilometre out and back, with almost 1,000 metres of elevation gain. I'd rate this trail as moderate to hard, depending on your level. The initial part of the trail runs through the woods along by the creek, and is relatively mellow. However, the elevation gain does increase as you approach the pass, and this can take its toll if you're not an experienced hiker. One thing to note is that the valley is home to multiple grizzly bears. I've had friends turn around multiple times due to bears being close to the path, and I myself have come across large bull moose whilst on the trail. So be prepared and be smart. Take bear spray with you, be loud, make noise, and keep dogs on a leash. The trail itself, though, is spectacular. It offers views across mountain peaks, alpine lakes, and at the right time of year, lots of larch trees. The slog can be tough, especially if you're a beginner hiker, but the views are certainly worth it. So we've done the easier section of the hike. The first 5, maybe 4 Ks just comes through the woods. Today I'm here with my friend Susie.
Hey.
She's just arrived into Canada, so I've thrown her into the deep end.
Totally.
And I've taken her on probably one of the beariest hikes that I could find. So we've had a few people warning of us about grizzly bears.
Yeah.
But now we've just got a bunch of elevation gain to get to a really good payoff at the top. The view here is pretty ridiculous once we get there. We are probably, that was my fault, a bit behind schedule, I think, because sunrise is not long, sunset. And in my mind it was going to take 3 hours, but realistically it probably takes 3.5 or 4, but we should just about make it. And we'll see how it goes. Autumn has come a little bit later this year, I'd say. It's the 24th, 25th of September today. And at higher elevations, we're getting those larch trees, but in some areas they haven't quite turned yet. It's been a warmer September, so it's a little bit slower. So that is something to factor in if you're planning to visit the Rockies to get those colours. It could be anywhere from the mid-September till mid-October that you're really going to get the prime peak larch season. So do a bit of research, give yourself some time, and hopefully you can get it spot on. So we've made it to the top, and just check out this view. Sorry, a bit out of breath there. Just kind of made it to not really the top, but where I want to be, I suppose. We have got here Mount Birdwood behind me. This valley down here would be full of larch trees normally, but as I mentioned before, it's been a slow start to autumn. Some of them haven't really changed yet. They're kind of like a lighter green colour. And then here as well, this is Mount Smuts, and in between is Smutwood. Which is where we're going to kind of be taking all the pictures from today, and to be honest with you, it's probably the best viewpoint. I think even though this huge vista is pretty epic and you can see it's getting lots of golden light, I think I'm going to start off with a telephoto. get some really cool pictures through here, just where the light's really nice. There's a few larch trees, and just kind of get some of those layers. So I'm going to grab out the 70-200 and give those a go. So I've got on the 70-200 on my 6D. I always hike with this lens. You kind of think, oh, you know, if I'm doing landscapes, I need that kind of wide angled lens. But especially somewhere like this, you're going to get some really cool shots using that compression and just kind of closing off smaller sections where the light hits really nicely or where the trees are. So that's the plan for now, is to try and get some kind of more compressed shots of different areas you can see behind me here. So yeah, we'll give that a go. Honestly, how does Thomas Heaton do this? You must have seen him on YouTube. I swear his golden hours last like 2 hours. I've got to the top and I've got like half an hour, probably 45 minutes until the sun fades, and I feel like I'm just overwhelmed. I have to film, I have to photograph, I have to run around, scope out compositions, and his videos, calm as a cucumber. He has got that absolutely dialed. Making these videos is a lot harder than you think it is. Just trying a little shot here. I've just kind of come a little bit further up the hill and I found this nice little section here where the grass is just kind of catching the light really nicely, and then you've got Birdwood Peak in the background there. To be honest with you, up here it's pretty hard to take a bad picture. It's just something like out of the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, you know. But yeah, let me show you this one. So as you can see, the light is now like really nice. It's just about to dip behind. So I'm actually just going to take a picture really quickly and I'll show you the composition. I've kind of gone a little bit higher up the hill just so I can get a bit of a lead-in line from these rocks in front of me. And then that kind of leads your eye into Mount Birdwood in the background there. But let me show you what I've got on the camera here. I suppose sometimes on these videos people kind of give out settings. I put it at f11, ISO 100, which is just the base ISO of the camera, or ISO. To be honest with you, I shoot on aperture priority like all the time. I mean, the camera's on a tripod, like I know the shutter speed is going to be fast enough, so I just let the camera handle it. It doesn't matter to me if it's, you know, in a huge bracket. So just a little secret, a lot of the time shooting some kind of automatic setting, auto ISO, aperture priority, shutter priority, just use the setting that you need rather than thinking you have to go full manual all the time. So how was that for your first Canadian photography hike, I suppose?
Amazing, incredible, what an experience. Yeah, it's been really cool.
Sweet.
Loved it, yeah.
I think I think I'm going to kind of, so it's getting pretty cold, it's pretty windy up here. I'll call it a day on the video there because we've got a 10k hike out. It's getting a little dark and yeah, we don't want to come across any bears. That was probably a rushed, chaotic video, but hopefully it turns out to be something. I'll put a graphic at the start kind of describing the hike a bit more so you kind of know what to expect, but you'll already know that because you'll have seen it. But there we go, more larch content to come.